waiting for the ferry right now. We just missed it by like a couple minutes, unfortunately, but they run every half hour. We just took the one line all the way down here after we had breakfast. But yeah, it's a weekday, which means they run every 30 minutes, which is nice. So it is 12:38. So yeah, we don't have that much longer to wait. The ride from Manhattan to Staten Island is probably about 15 minutes, and then another 15-minute ride back. But yeah, if you're ever in New York and you're looking for something to do, I think it's definitely well worth hopping on the Staten Island Ferry, especially because it's free and you get pretty nice views. So yeah, something to do for the next time you're here.
Let's all go to the Timberland store together, because we're going to New York. Silly.
Let's take a quick break from the vlog. I'm basically here to spit some information about the Staten Island Ferry and hopefully give you a bit more insight into why you should check it out the next time you're in New York City. So let's start with the best part. It's free. It's free for all passengers, which is pretty wild. It runs 24/7 to and from Whitehall Terminal in Lower Manhattan, which is where we hopped on, and St. George Terminal, which is on the Staten Island side. According to Google, it's 5.2 miles, so it's 25 minutes each way. But if I'm being honest, at least for me personally, it doesn't feel that long. It actually feels a lot shorter than that, probably because you end up roaming around and, taking photos and kind of getting caught up in all of that. All the ferries will have multiple levels. So once you're on there, you're free to roam and hopefully take advantage of all the awesome photo opportunities you're going to get. And yeah, let's talk about the views. For a free ride, honestly, the views are incredible. You'll get unobstructed views of the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, the Lower Manhattan skyline. So when you're leaving Manhattan, if you want to see the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, you'll want to get on the right side of the ferry. And then on the left side, you'll see Governor's Island. And of course, at the back of the ferry, you'll get views of the Lower Manhattan skyline and Brooklyn Bridge. So even if you're not into photography, honestly, I highly recommend you check out the Staten Island Ferry just for the views. For the photographers watching this, I think time of day and season will probably play a big role in what type of photos you're going to get on the ferry. I personally enjoy going in the summer on a super sunny day, mainly because there's a ton of light that starts crashing into the ferry and you'll get silhouettes of people, and yeah, that's just kind of what I like to take photos of. I think it tends to be busier in the summer as well. Obviously, there's a lot of people who use it as their commute to and from the city, so they probably hate it. But given the good weather, you know, it tends to attract more tourists and people in general. And I guess depending on your type of, you know, photography or style of photography, this may be a good or bad thing, but now you know. And obviously when, you know, the weather's nice, people want to be outside, so there's a lot more opportunity to get photos of people on the outer decks when the weather's nicer, or at least that's just the experience I've had. I know some people are really specific about going either at sunrise or sunset or, you know, a specific time of day, and that's because it brings a different sort of vibe, different environment, different lighting, depending on when you go. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're looking for specific photo opportunities. I personally don't mind as far as like time goes, as long as the sun is out. So yeah, just kind of something to think about before, you know, you decide to go on there. Don't get me wrong, I will gladly go on the ferry even in gloomy cold weather, as you see in this video. That day it was cold, super windy, and the waves were extra choppy, but it brings a different vibe. You get soft light into the ferry, and you know, you can kind of go into maybe black and white photo mode. Colors tend to be a bit washed out, so that's why I personally choose to shoot in black and white. Obviously I shoot raw, so I can change it to color in post, but it helps me, you know, look at things a little bit differently. And you'll still find people on the outer decks even in like windy, cold weather conditions. So yeah, there's still plenty to photograph even on a gloomy day. And in the case you get bored, you know, roaming the inner levels of the ferry. So yeah, don't let the weather stop you from checking out the Staten Island Ferry the next time you're in New York City, especially if you're a photographer. Okay. Now I've basically been ranting for what seems like a very long time, so let's jump back in and take a look at more footage and photos from our ferry ride back. Are heading back on the Staten Island Ferry right now, and I got very lucky. I did not get seasick. The waves look extremely choppy. It's just, I think the ferry's so big that you can't really feel it, which is really nice because I'm extremely sensitive when it comes to motion sickness. So yeah, luckily I've made it, and we're about, I think maybe like 5 minutes out from getting back into the city. So once we're back, we're gonna head back up to Soho, probably meet up with Gloria, and then go for a coffee, and then maybe swing by B&H just to see if there's anything I need to pick up.